to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the event of an emergency, all people may exit right or left from this room and proceed to the exit door. All doors will open from the inside. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Haledon Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published in the North Jersey Record Herald News, the board's official newspaper, on January 15th, 2025. Notices of this meeting in date, time, and place were posted publicly on the door of the main entrance of the school and filed with the clerk in the municipality of Haledon. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna? Here. Mr. Coletta?
Here. You just logged in.
He has to say here.
I'm just saying here.
Mr. Coletta?
Yeah, it wasn't letting me unmute. Present.
Thank you. Ms. Quadrado? Mr. Guzman?
Here.
Mrs. Johnson? Here. Mr. Martinez? Mr. Moxell?
Here.
Mr. Ramadan? And Mrs. Issa.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept correspondence?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Moscow, seconded by Mrs. Johnson. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Mr. Coletta?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson? Yes. Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
And Mrs. Issa.
Yes. Can I have a motion to accept prior minutes?
So move.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Motzko, seconded by Ms. Johnson. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna? Mr. Coletta?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
I'm gonna abstain.
Mrs. Johnson? Yes. Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
And Mrs. Issa.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion to open the floor to citizens on agenda items only?
Motion.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Johnson, seconded by Mr. Motzko. All in favor? Okay, this is for agenda items only. Would anybody like to address the board? Any hands, Mr. Miller?
Motion to close.
Okay, moved by Mr. Guzman, seconded by Mr. Motzko. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to reports. Okay, so good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I want to thank Ms. Kalinsky, the speech language pathologist, and Ms. Ryder from Aftercare for their dedication and service in their respective roles to Haledon Public School. We wish them the best in their future endeavors. And I want to wish everyone in the HPS community a continued healthy and happy summer. And that's all for me. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr.
That is
Garcia.
quick report. Wow.
We're trying to get through it tonight.
And we get the larger order box tonight. Thank you, Board President Isa. On the agenda tonight, you'll see the SSDS report. This is a report we are obligated to give to the board twice yearly. The data we are presenting is mostly uplifting. The incidence of violence and vandalism has decreased, and that was expected. The two assistant principals who I've hired, or we've hired within the last 18 months, are doing a great job. That was even noted on my evaluation, which I appreciate. And I'm very pleased they're doing such a great job in their positions. The only negative part of that report is the amount of times we've had to physically restrain students. That's gone up. But I imagine, sadly, that this is likely to continue, as most of our students in this category come from our 409, it's a class number, multiple disabilities classroom. We've come to terms with hiring a teacher for this class. But too many board members, despite taking an oath to hire the best qualified candidates, decided that the only candidate that applied for the job was too expensive. So it looks like we'll have to put a vendor in the classroom. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. We'll see. This is the board. So this is where we're at with that particular item. Item 2, currently we have 4 different summer programs running at HPS, and we have 2 construction projects going on right now. And like always, things are running smoothly thanks to Lamika, thanks to Jermaine, Mr. Trito, and all the other HPS employees are doing a great job adapting to the needs of the construction. And that's my report tonight. Another quick one.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walker. I'm going to turn it over to Business Administrator, Ms. Augustin.
Okay, thank you. My report is just the agenda items. I just want to note, resolution 13.1. The state has sent out a notice that they're raising the bid threshold from 44,000 to 53,000. And again, that is allowing districts to make purchases up to 53,000 without going out to bid. And this is mainly for purchases of everyday use, or there is like repairs and in that matter. Being that we have a QPA in the district, we are allowed to go up to the 53,000. But there are stipulations when there's an order for like 7,950, I believe it is, a second quote is required. And there's other qualifications as far as like having a BRC. They have to be, provide a political disclosure that's a certain threshold too. So it's not just, we can make purchases. The other item I wanted to note was the 13.5 and 13.6. 13.5 is the fire alarm upgrade award. The district went out to a bid and we reviewed the documents. Our attorney reviewed the documents and all the documents are in compliance, and we're going to for that. 13.6 is the domestic pipe relocation. That was the second time we bid that because of material defects. This time the vendor still came in as the lowest and their paperwork seemed to be in order. So we're going to award that tonight. The other item that is for the pipes.
The pipes are very good.
The pipes. And we also have, and I think that was it, just the bills list items, unless there's a specific question on finance, I can try to answer.
Any questions for Ms. Augustin? Okay, thank you, Ms. Augustin. Okay, personnel and management, Mr. Guzman.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to make a recommendation as it pertains to hiring. Obviously, personnel and management has oversight on that. And I would like to request a personnel and management committee meeting prior to the next board meeting. And any recommendations that the superintendent has as far as hiring, I would like for him to present it to the personnel and management committee. Myself, Mr. Martinez, and Ms. Johnson, I would hope that we're all there. We will vet those recommendations, and we will respectfully ask you, Madam President, to put it on the agenda, and the board may vote it up or down. But the personnel management committee will meet with the superintendent, as going by based on past practice. We will take his recommendations, we will vet them, and should we see the need, we will ask you to place it on the agenda, and the board members can vote it up or down, because we have a school district, President, and I don't like the fact that I'm hearing that we still have a special education vacancy open. I'm very big on special education, it's very important. I also understand the needs of remaining fiscally responsible, so on and so forth. We have a school district. That's my recommendation. I would hope that Ms. Johnson, and I know she will, and Mr. Martinez, I'm sure he will as well, join me in this effort. And we will again work closely with our superintendent. We will look at his recommendations, we will vet them, and so we can have this presented to the board for hiring. But we can't just stop operating the district. It just cannot happen. We have to move the district forward.
This position was open since October, right?
I don't know, but
before I came on the board, and we still didn't fill it, so I think we should talk about that last year too. Right?
So,
Well,
Mr. Guzman, just to
I'm
clarify.
not talking about I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
going
moving
forward.
All
Yep.
right.
Moving forward, I'm gonna ask that any recommendations for hiring, we call personnel committee meeting. Myself, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Martinez is on the committee. We will discuss it, and the committee, not me, not George Guzman, not Mrs. Johnson, not Mr. Martinez, the committee will ask for it to be placed on the agenda, and the board can vote it up or down.
So let me just make sure I understand. So before, whenever there's an agenda item that's for hiring, you want to have a committee meeting before?
Yes,
And then, okay, and then, so the committee will discuss with Mr. Waka the recommendations,
sure,
and then you will recommend at that meeting whether you are recommending to hire or not. Is that, so, okay, so that's gonna be a new practice like going forward?
Yes,
Is that
this
what
is a
you're
practice.
recommending?
yes, and
Okay.
I think this practice will work. And I think the committee will be able to speak to superintendent. Superintendent will be able to articulate why he needs this person hired. The committee will assess it, and then we move forward.
Okay, all right. And another recommendation that I would suggest too, so earlier in the school year, we had, it was one of those topics that we wanted to discuss was the hiring practices, the interview, vetting, all of that. I think it would be worthwhile to revisit that and do that again, just to, we do have some new board members, just to have that presentation again in a general, just a general topic, so that we're all aware of what the process is and what the,
So to
practices are.
To both points, my answer is 100% yes. I think that's a good idea. I think that of the things we do well, I'm specifically talking about the 3 assistant principals and the special ed chair director. The amount of time and effort they put into interviews, they just don't take the first application and say you're hired. But they screen them all. They look for their Facebook, their Instagram. We usually bring in at least 4 or 5 for the county. Like for a preschool job, I'm going to get 4 or 5 people applying. That's why you see the salaries are lower for those guys. And we don't pay the staff, but we ask the staff volunteers, hey, would you like to be part of the interview committee? And a lot of times they say yes, which we're grateful for. But it's a kind of thing where we're going to be working with this person for a long time, presumably. So we put a lot of time in our end to try and make sure we get the right people. And I think we've been successful because I think most people would say they really like the teachers at Haleton and they appreciate what they do for the kids. So I'm happy. And what I talked to the board president about maybe a meeting or 2 ago, in that for meetings where we have a lot of people coming on the agenda, summertime's harder because everyone's away. But I'd like the supervisor who's in charge of that particular hire to come here to also be able to answer questions to the board directly, because there's a lot of thought that goes into this.
I want to say, I don't really agree with that. It was just the pricing, Mr. Walker. I think it was more of the fact that we were trying to figure out, we kept asking if we needed somebody else, and no, we're good. And then all of a sudden it's there, we need this person, and we haven't had them since October. So it was did we really need them, or we just?
Well, we've been using a vendor to cover it.
Well,
we paid someone else to fill this.
Okay,
spot.
so that's what it was.
But this particular class
turned down because of the pricing, but that wasn't.
That's understandable. But these kids need it more than anybody. This is the one class where we need.
But right, okay.
And all the hiring that all those agenda items for they're not new, they're replacement positions. They're all replacement, except for I think there's been one new hire in the past.
We haven't had a new position since
One new
ESSER.
position, right?
Since ESSER, right? And then, ESSER allowed us to do that. And we found that the SEL counselor was a net positive to our school. And philosophically, we said, let's keep this because the kids benefit from it.
Yeah.
But
all the others are replacements.
Everything else has been.
That's
I haven't had a new
We haven't
position.
replaced them in so long. Do we really need them? That was what it was about,
Yeah.
mostly for me. Anyway.
When we replace it, if I have to go to a vendor, the vendor is sometimes you get lucky, right? And you get a good person, but they're not technically my employee. They work for whatever agency they get. They come and go sometimes. It's more like a temp solution, and for kids in this particular class, this is a high needs class. This is what it is, and the kids have high levels of need that they need for good staff member for.
Madam President,
Yes.
I actually feel, look, we got cuts of $100,000, and immediately, of course, that was going to bring concern on the board. Board members are going to be concerned. What can we do to be fiscally responsible? Concerned about the future. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think any board member has any intentions, wants to see anybody, anything. I think with this practice, okay, we will work closely with our superintendent, personnel and management. he will present it to the Personnel and Management Committee. Again, it's a committee, it's not one person. And then from there, we come to the board, and the board could vote it up or down. And I think this would allow us to continue working with the superintendent, monitoring, hiring, and promotions, whatever is going on in terms of personnel. And that's it. And I just want to point out, in terms of personnel, the administration, and yes, could we have done this in the past? Sure, and we have. But I trust our administration, because if you look at, let's say, litigation and lawsuits and things like that, a lot of school districts face a lot of lawsuits and litigations. I look at the track record of our administration and our borough attorney, thank you, Mr. Murray. No lawsuits, crazy litigation going on, no crazy scandals going on in our school district. Things are going in a healthy direction, and I want to continue that. But right now, we have a situation where fiscally we don't know where we're headed. So okay, we'll button things up. We will have personnel take a look at these hiring recommendations. Personnel will vet them. It just has an extra set of eyes to ensure that we're being fiscally responsible, and then we bring it to the board.
It sounds like a good practice, and just in the way that the finance committee meets before every meeting, the personnel and management committee can meet when there are agenda items that are,
I will commit to make myself available to ensure that we get this done the right way, that's comfortable for every single board.
Okay, and if I could ask, and since Lois is here and Miss Augustin, if you see that there's a person, like new hire or replacement hires on the agenda, if you can schedule a personnel and management.
But to be fair,
That's
Lois is
something.
awesome with that. Like, so
Yeah.
thank you, Lois.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming, by the way.
Yeah, if you, and
Lois is
then,
here.
and I guess you'll have to manage it with finance, because I believe that Mr. Martinez is also on the
We
finance
can
committee. so-
probably do it the same night. if you
Okay.
want. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that sounds good,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on. Thank you, Mr. Guzman. Okay. Curriculum and technology, Ms. Serna. Sorry? Okay. Policy and public relations, Mr. Guzman.
Agenda item only.
Security and safety, Mr. Guzman.
Agenda item only.
Community engagement, Mr. Motzko.
Agenda items only.
And finance and physical plant.
We met on Monday, the 21st, went over the billing and went over the procedure for our interviews coming up this evening. Other than that, agenda items only.
Okay. So state and county, Ms. Quadrado's in here. Do you have anything for state and county, Mr. Motzko?
Actually, I just attended a meeting and they have upcoming meetings, but Miss Quadrado did mention it. I just took advantage of it. So she did mention it the last meeting.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the county meetings will start taking place again in September. Or in the fall, they'll start taking place, but just check your emails. There's always lots of information coming through. Ms. Serna, do you have anything for the state and county?
No, we have a meeting actually on the 30th, but we're gonna see what we do the rest of the year after that.
Okay. Thank you. Alrighty, Mr. Morlino? Board Attorney?
No report.
Okay, so let's go back now. And personnel and management, Mr. Guzman.
Madam President, before we go to personnel management,
Oh,
respectfully,
shared services, yeah, sorry.
I would like to make a motion to accept shared services.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Guzman. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
So moved by Mr. Guzman, actually,
I'm gonna abstain.
yeah.
Anybody else?
Can somebody else
second
second it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
seconded by Ms. Serna. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Mr. Coletta?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yeah.
Mr. Moxell?
Abstain. 1 through 9.
And Mrs. Sisson.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now
Oh, you
we'll
worked
go
there now,
to,
right? Forgot.
now we'll go to personnel and management. Mr. Guzman?
I would like to move items 8.1 through 8.14. But before the roll call, if I may,
Yes.
committee, generally speaking, is 3 people. right?
Mhm.
Board president is an ex-official member on every committee.
Mhm.
You can only have 4 people, you can't have 5, that creates a quorum. So let's say Mr. Martinez can be at a personnel committee meeting. As a chair, Mr. Molina, if I'm wrong, correct me, anybody, but I believe it's within my purview as chair of personnel. If Mr. Johnson is not there, or if I'm not there, or if Mr. Martinez is not there, any other board member can feel free to sit on this. You know, knock your socks off. We just want a full transparency. So everyone can see there's nothing going on. You know, I want everybody to feel comfortable and see that there's no hidden agenda. We are gonna vet these hires before it comes to the board. That's it. That's just my personal opinion. I've been here, you know, for over 10 years, and I think this will be a great practice for us, and I think this will solve a lot of miscommunications that we're having. At least I would hope.
And I will make an effort, like I usually try to make all of the finance committee
Sure.
meetings. I will make an effort to attend to all of those. I guess if somebody else wants to come and see if they can participate, if you see that there's already 4
Please.
people here, then you'll need to,
Exactly.
you need to leave.
I'll kick you out of the
Or,
office.
you know,
I will kick you out of the
Exit
office.
right away.
Okay, okay.
And my vote is yes.
We need a second.
Oh, I need a second. So
Second.
moved by Mr. Guzman, seconded by Mr. Motzko. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
8.1, no, everything else, yes.
Mr. Coletta?
yes,
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
I just have a question about the EOR. Is that the same as the LLD or what is?
Just-
Lois, we just asked that today. What did we say it was?
Pull out resource.
Pull out resource, yes.
It'll have to be revised on the agenda because they put the wrong.
But it's the same. Really? No,
It's
no.
small group instruction
Yeah,
for special
small,
ed students that have that in their IP.
Oh, okay, all right, yes.
Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
Mrs. Issa?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, curriculum and technology, Ms. Serna, actually, I don't think, oh no, we do. Personnel, we did that one? Yes, curriculum and technology, Ms. Serna.
9.1 to 9.3.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Serna, seconded by Mr. Motzko. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Mr. Coletta?
yes,
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
And Mrs. Issa?
Yes. Okay, we have no policy committee items. Let's go down to security and safety. Mr. Guzman?
As you can see, the evacuation site is redacted for security reasons from the agenda. I'd like to move items 11.1 to 11.3.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Guzman, seconded by Mr. Motzko. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Mr. Coletta?
yes,
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
And Mrs. Issa?
Yes. Okay, going down now to finance and physical plant. Mr. Motzko?
Like to move 13.1 through 13.16.
Not a second?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Motzko, seconded by Ms. Johnson. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna? Mr. Coletta?
yes,
Mr. Guzman?
Yeah, Madam BA, I know you're gonna do a good job as QPA with the extra increase. I know you're always fiscally responsible and watch our money. I would assume that they raised this because, what is it, like inflation?
Inflation. Every
Inflation,
few years they do.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
and my vote is yes.
Thank you. Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
Mrs. Issa?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so I mean, we're doing pretty good on time here,
Yes.
so I would like to just bring up one new, it's not really new, I guess it's new and old. I had pushed it back to this meeting, the discussion about the health and the board initiatives. I had sent out an email, or Lois sent out an email for me for last month. So those were all recommendations that had come from our retreat, our board retreat. And they're not goals, but they're initiatives that we can work on. I think they're all worthy of our time and attention. They're all gonna help our board become stronger. They're all gonna help move our district forward. So I did get a couple of requests for people who wanted to be on certain committees. So I accommodated those, and the others, I just put people on committees. So I just wanted to mention them here, and then I will send out the updated information that I sent out, but with the committees, with the people on the committees. So the first one was establishment of an onboarding program for new board members. So that is Ms. Quadrado, Mr. Martinez, and I put Ms. Cerna on that committee. And the lead for that one will be Ms. Quadrado. The second one is enhancement of committee structure and function. And that is myself, Mr. Guzman, Ms. Johnson, and Ms. Quadrado had mentioned that she also wanted to be on that one, so that would still only be 4 people. So I think that should be fine. I'll be the lead on that one. And then the third one was the countywide data review for student achievement. And that is Mr. Ramadan, Mr. Motzko, and Mr. Coletta. And Mr. Ramadan will be the lead on that one. So you can, I'll recirculate the information that I sent in that original email, and you can look at the points. I would suggest meeting over the next couple of meetings, and then so August, September, and then maybe report out in October of how, how it's coming along, what you've come up with, any, discussion or thoughts or any, action we can take regarding those. But I just wanted to let everybody know so that we can start meeting and start working on this. Okay, so that's that. Any questions on that? And I'll send out the information again. Okay, and if not, any other new or old business? Okay, so can I have a motion to open the floor to citizens?
Second.
Can I have a first motion?
So move.
Well, I need the first. Oh, so moved by Mr. Motzko. Can I have a second? Seconded by Ms. Cerna. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the floor is open to the public. Any hands or?
I haven't seen any hands.
Okay, can I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
Okay, so moved by Mr. Guzman, seconded by Mr. Motzko, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we will be moving into executive session for interviews, legal counsel interviews. It's going to take, I would say, about an hour and 15, an hour and a half. Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
President, are these interviews hybrid, or
No,
are they in person?
Everyone's coming here.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mr. Coletta, we'll have to exclude you from the executive session.
Understood.
Okay, thank you.
However, I have a question. For 18.1, I'm still able to vote. I just can't partake in the executive session, correct?
So.
I don't want to disadmit me, but.
Right, well, I would think not, because if you weren't present at the interviews, I don't think you'd be able to vote.
I'm asking for a legal opinion from the attorney who's hired, because I don't see why I wouldn't be able to vote, even though it's still an item that's on the agenda that I was able to review the other documents. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to vote as an elected member of the board.
Just review the policy so that we have that remote.
Yeah.
Policy, and that policy speaks for itself.
Yeah,
The policy, it's not in executive session. That's after the vote will not be in executive session. It'll be in regular session, correct?
let's look at the policy.
Because the policy, if we're going to go by the policy, several members have violated it already where their camera was not on while they were speaking, which was a requirement as per the policy.
Well,
We're talking
Right.
about.
we're talking about the vote right now, and so let me look at the policy, and we're gonna follow what we wrote in our own policy.
Right. There's nothing about voting on a topic that I can't participate in the executive session. The vote will not be in executive session. So I'm asking the attorney what the legal advice would be.
Let me
I
see.
would say follow the policy.
Yeah,
So the
okay.
policy
So
doesn't.
then I see no issue.
Okay, so I don't know if I have the policy like at my fingertips here. I probably don't. Let's see.
Being on the policy committee, I remember you can't participate in the executive session because we can't confirm that an individual has the proper privacy and that all that is properly protected. However, it
Okay.
doesn't say anything about participating in any other voting.
What number is it?
Again, I don't have it in front of me either.
Okay, so Miss Augustin has it. Can you read it, Miss Augustin?
It's a long policy.
I think it's.
it
yeah.
does- Okay.
Yeah, the part that pertains to voting. If a member isn't present during the executive session, can they still vote on the matter that was discussed during the executive session?
0164.
The board member needs to open. Says the board member will be excluded from the executive session if the subject matter of the executive session requires action to be taken by the board. The virtual board member shall abstain from voting, but his or her remote participation in the public meeting shall be counted towards a quorum.
Okay,
Okay.
so it says that you shall abstain.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Alrighty. Okay, so, so we are, going to take about an hour and 15 minutes. And then action will be taken when we come out of executive session. And we will, that is the goal, that we're gonna vote tonight and take, so, can I have a motion to move into executive session? Moved by Ms. Johnson, seconded by Ms. Motzko, and we have to do roll call for executive session, right, Ms. Augustine?
Maxwell, yes.
Okay, so we have to roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna? Mr. Coletta?
Yeah.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yeah.
Mr. Moxell?
Yes.
And Mrs. Issa?
Yes. Okay. Okay, so, so I'm gonna read it and then I'll make a motion. Then someone has to, we have to have a motion and second, correct?
Yeah, they vote.
Are we out yet?
Yes.
Yes,
Go
Are
ahead.
we in public already?
yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Make a motion.
so, I'm gonna read the.
Give me the
res-
resolution
Yep.
with the vendor. and,
Okay, whereas the law firm of Scarinci Hollenbeck has the expertise and experience necessary to provide general and special education professional legal services to the Board of Education, here referred to as the board, and whereas the board is desirous of appointing the law firm of Scarinci and Hollenbeck to provide such professional services, now therefore be it resolved that the board appoints the law firm of Scarinci Hollenbeck as board attorneys until the next reorganization meeting in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in the agreement attached hereto and made a part hereof. Be it further resolved that the board president and board secretary are hereby authorized to execute the agreement and any and all other documents necessary to effectuate the terms of this resolution. Be it further resolved that the board secretary is hereby directed to publish a notice of this award in the official newspaper of the board. Can I have a motion to pass this resolution?
Motion.
Moved by Mrs. Johnson, seconded by Ms. Jerna. Ms. Serna, roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
I just want to say, before I vote, obviously, we're in executive session for a long time. We didn't take this, I'm not making this vote lightly. I want to thank Mr. Molino, for his great service to our district. However, it's important for a board to work together, for the entire board to feel comfortable with their board attorney. So it's important that we come to a consensus that we can all agree on as a board. And with that being said, in the interest of moving this board forward, and then for this board to remain united, so we can work together for our children, for our district, I'm gonna vote yes. So with that being said, I thank Mr. Merlino again. However, the show must continue, and again, my vote is yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Moxell,
Yes.
Mrs. Issa.
I also want to thank Mr. Merlino and Methesel and Verbal for their stellar service to our board, especially during difficult times. And in the interest of moving our board forward together, I vote yes. Okay, so can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved by Ms. Serna, seconded by Mr. Guzman, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay.
Have fun the wedding or the
George.
the conference.